Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the help of Academy Sports Coach today. I want to talk to you about some drills for individual training on dribbling and control that I found in one of the books we have on the website called Ball Control and Dribbling. And I'll include this in the comments so you can check this book out. And it's available free on World Class Coaching. So it's got some really great drills, and I'm going to be using Academy Sports Coach. I'm just loving the new features they got here. I've said it before, but I'm really enjoying the click motion that you can use for the touch screen and some of the new designs they've got going on here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up a session where we're going to work on individual dribbling skills. We're going to be working with a single player. You can use multiple players. You can do this with a single player. Sometimes it's nice to have the multiple players so that you can stay focused in training player, but you're giving breaks in between for allowing those players to kind of recover in between the drills. So what we got here is one player, and they're playing in between these two mannequins. This could be coaching sticks, this could be cones, but for the sake of the drill, and I think it's very helpful to visualize using mannequins here. We just have the player dribbling back and forth between these mannequins. So just going to the mannequin and then turning around and dribbling here. So we just start with a light dribble, just activating those muscles, getting used to it. Maybe we turn into a cut turn with the outside of our foot and back and forth. Maybe then a pullback. Then we can get into a little more creative, maybe like a Cruyff swivel or something along those lines, where you have the player just kind of getting used to the ball on the foot. But another main focus is getting the ball on their foot and staying in line with the mannequins. So being able to control it in a singular line of space, that way if you can control in a single line, you can control it any which direction you're going. But we're really just activating those concepts here. Really working on, you can go right foot only, left foot only, outside foot. Just kind of an activation setup here. What we would go from here now in this session is we would have 3 mannequins in here in the grid. All right, we'll have one right here. So we have 3 mannequins in the grid, and then let's put an orange cone, a red cone, and a yellow cone. Okay, and we'll have the coach here with the ball. And it's great to work on technical skills. It's great to have your guys go out in the backyard and juggle or play off a wall, and that's incredibly important. But as coaches, what we really want to do is once they've got those skills and they're working on those things on their own, like they should be, we want to utilize those skills within the context of the game and start really developing the sense of how and when to use these skills. So we're going to include visual and verbal cues as much as possible in our drills. Even though we're working specifically on technique, we want to apply it within a game-like situation. So what we have here is the coach is going to pass the ball, right? Pass the ball in. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. We're going to have the coach pass the ball into the player in the middle of these mannequins. All right. What they then need to do is either the coach is going to hold up a cone. Need blue. They're going to hold up a cone, and this player then is going to see the visual cue, or they're going to have a verbal cue, or they're going to say the color of the cone, so they're connecting the visual and the verbal. It's really up to you. But from there, we'll have this player receive this pass and quickly control and dribble around these cones and then back into the middle. So they're reacting to the visual and verbal stimulus. They're receiving the touch in a direction that they're supposed to go based on that visual verbal stimulus, and they're with pace driving through the gap in between the defenders and getting around these cones and then returning. And now when they get back here, it's a really good opportunity to kind of give a break, rest and recover. Another thing I like to do sometimes when you're physically recovering is to maybe ask them certain challenging questions. Doesn't even have to be soccer related. If you can have them do math problems, that is mentally going to kind of exhaust them. And I think it's something, if you're really looking to challenge your players a little bit more, is a great way to kind of get them within the session, getting used to being mentally tired and building up that mental fatigue, so that your players are a little bit more mentally tough once they get in the game. So kind of here, you're taking a physical break, but your mind's got to keep working. Your mind's got to keep working. You're not moving as much. You're not sprinting here or there, but you're still kind of focused. Maybe you give them a series of tactical concepts you really wanted to focus on in the next session, where you focus on this game, and you have the answers to those questions, and you're having them just repeat those questions. And as they get more tired, those questions become a little bit more difficult. But here again, we're recognizing where the options are. we're recognizing where the space is based on the mannequins, and then we're moving quickly to that space. So next we have the move over here after that drill, and just a slalom run. We're just going to get high reps here. So we have a slalom of a mannequin here, a mannequin here, a mannequin here. Coach is going to go further back here, get these cones off. We'll pull a mannequin from here. And what we'll have is the coach will pass a ball. Okay, we're talking about a directional first touch. So the player will take a first touch here to the first mannequin, pull a move, second mannequin over here, and the third mannequin over here, the fourth mannequin here. And then we're looking off this move is to pull a move that leads us into the pass. Oftentimes players pull a move and then they're picking their heads up and trying to look for something rather than pulling the move to take them into the space to make the pass they're trying to make. So we have here, we go to the first cone. Maybe it's a pullback. Maybe it's a Maradona. Maybe it's a scissor, whatever you want to do. One thing I really liked is pulling the L turn, just to get as much technical work as possible, pulling L turn on the right foot here, and then a left-footed pullback to swivel around and go the next direction, because it's really going to set them up that now the ball is on the right foot and the pullback pulls them into the direction they're going and onto the right touch. Especially really great for setting up a pass, I think, if you're trying to get that concept of pull the move to create the space for the pass. So they pull that move. Maybe you have every mannequin is a different move. Maybe every American is the same move just to get the repetition there on both feet, where it's bang, bang, bang. But in this last mannequin, what we really want to do is focus on that move they pulls them into the pass. So they pull the move, and the next touch after the move is a pass. Rather than you pull the move, you take another touch to set up the pass, and then you pass it, and you kind of, all that work you've done to open up the space using the move now is closing down because you're taking extra touches to get that pass off. So mannequin, 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 mannequin. Bang, play with the coach, and then we have a sprint back down here. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to put both of those. And we have a sprint back down here. One thing we could also add to this to make it a little more complicated is you sprint back. Maybe we play a through ball here and a little pug goal here. So the through ball comes from the coach. This player runs back to that through ball, chasing the ball after pulling those moves. They're probably a little fatigued, and they have to get there on a sprint and get a finish into this pug goal, and that will kind of end that circuit, and then they get a rest recovery, and they can then jump into the next one. All right, we'll move these to the side. So the fourth and final progression I would bring into this would be, again, kind of a thought process, making a decision-making option within the frame of what we're doing here. So we'll have those three mannequins back in. Okay. And we'll have the coach come here. Player's going to start over here. Maybe we set up a cone, just give them definitive starting point. And we'll have two blue cones here as a gate, basically. Two orange cones here. We can even set up, you can do cones. We can set up some kind of gate that they can dribble the ball through to make it a little more challenging. But we have the player. This won't pick up. I think a new one. We'll have the player here on the ball, and they're going to dribble into the grid. Right? And what they're waiting for is they're in control, okay? But what they're going to do is wait for this coach to make the move. So as soon as they're dribbling into the grid, the coach is going to make a decision, and let's say they pull this way. Coach pulls this way. This player then needs to quickly dribble, make a move that evades the evades the coach. So if the coach on the left side, they're going to pull a move that dekes left, goes right, and they're going to quickly try to dribble as fast as they can with pace through the gate to the other side. So, they're delaying till they make the defense move, pulling the move once the defense is out of position or pulling to one side, and then taking advantage of the space created by that and just really accelerating out of there. Again, another great drill where you're getting a lot of technical work, but you're including those visual stimuluses, so you're making it more game-like, and you're making decisions rather than just being told dribble here, dribble here. And I think that's really important when training these players. Is yes, give them the homework of play 1,000 balls off the wall, left foot, right foot, juggle 100 times, all that stuff. some quick ball work, some technical warm up stuff that they can do. Boxes, TikToks, whatever you call them, rollovers, stuff like that. But once we get into the session, the valuable time we have available with them, trying to implement as much of that as possible with something that is decision-making based. I think this is a really, really great options for setting up a one-on-one session for technical dribbling. I'd love to hear what you guys have in the comments for how you train players individually for dribbling circuits and how you integrate some kind of visual or verbal stimuli within your sessions. So again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and the Help Academy Sports Coach, and the book we have available here, Ball Control and Dribbling. I hope this session finds you well.